I need to record Christmas week for my staff in their payroll. I need to record annual leave and statutory holidays for them. First, I need to go to Run a Pay at the top of the screen. And then click on the Leave View icon at the top of the screen above the first pay card. Next, go across to the right and change the view to say Christmas Day. Straight away, the system puts in the stat holidays for the staff that are due any. I can make changes to the information here if I want to, or I can leave it as it is. Chris doesn't have any statutory holiday as he's casual. He doesn't normally work for me, he just comes in to help on busy periods. So I don't need to give him anything. If I did want to, if he happened to work regularly on a Wednesday, I could add in a statutory holiday taken for him and put in the number of hours that I think he should have. But I'm going to select no action. Next, I'm going to select all of the staff at once here, the little checkbox on the right at the top, and click Apply. Now that's done, I'm going to go back to the View menu at the top here and select Boxing Day. So I can see again that some of the staff have got stat holidays, except Chris. He seems to have a public holiday worked day here. That means he worked on the Boxing Day, so I can check that if I click his timesheet icon here. And yes, I can see he did do 6 hours on Boxing Day. Right, so I have to pay him time and a half for that, and the system's already worked that out. So it's paying him his normal rate at time and a half. It wants to put aside another 6 hours as an alternate public holiday for me, but I don't want him to have that because he's so casual, so I'm going to take that out and just make it 0. Right, now I'm going to select all again and apply. And that's done now. Right, so the next thing is to choose leave requests for the remaining days in that week. So this is going to show me, if I select current from the menu here, all the staff that have approved leave requests for that week. And I can see that Brian and Jono both have them. And if I want to have a look at the detail of the leave, I just need to move to the details icon here. It opens up and shows me that Brian has requested 3 leave days over 5 actual days, and that's correct because 2 of those days were stats. I can also see his current leave balance to make sure he is entitled to the leave. That's Brian. If I go and look at Jono's, I can see that he's got plenty of annual leave available, and he's requested 6 leave days. That's interesting because this pay is only for 1 week, so that means that another 3 days will be on the following pay period. Right, that's good. I'm going to select all and apply. Job done. Now I can go to the leave requests here and change it back to leave summary. And I can see an overview of all the leave that's been recorded so far for this pay period. But one thing worries me is that Anne hasn't applied for any leave, and I know that she was taking some. So I'm going to add it in manually another way. First, I've got to go back to the main view. So I go back up to the full pay card view button here. And now I'm back on the full pay card view. And I can see that Anne has a down arrow next to her salary, showing me that the 16 hours of stats are being removed from her ordinary salary, so she's not being paid twice for the same day. Now I'm going to go to the Leave button here in the right-hand corner of her card, which is where you can put in manual entries for leave. I can see the leave that's been recorded in the Leave View area before, and I can make changes to it here if I want to as well, or enter it here. But I'm just going to click the Add button at the top and select Annual Leave from the menu. Now I can click on the days on the calendar that she's taken off for that week, 23rd, 24th and 27th. That looks fine. I can see on the left-hand side her balances show that she's definitely got enough leave. So I'm scrolling down, going to click Save and OK at the bottom. Now when I move back to the down arrow, it says that 40 hours is going to be reduced from her salary. And when I click the Preview button in the right-hand corner of her card, I can see how that's affected her pay. She won't be paid any salary for this pay. She's going to be just paid for 2 stat days and 3 days of annual leave. Always remember to check the Preview button to ensure that staff are being paid correctly. Now I've calculated the pay cards and I'm just going up to the finalise screen to have a look at the screen reports as well. So always remember to check the summary report and view what the staff are getting this time. Payments will also show you the details of the leave that's been recorded. I can see here that Anne is getting 0 for her salary, and her pay is entirely made up of the 2 stat days and the annual leave day. So this is a good place to make sure that your staff are getting what they should be getting. John also is getting 0 for his salary. The rest of his pay is made up of his leave types. But Sam is getting paid for 24 hours of his ordinary salary, as well as 2 stat days, so I can see the detail of the pays here. If you're worried that staff appear to be getting more than normal for that pay week, don't forget that average rates may be higher for their annual leave rate. But if it still seems high, go back to the summary and have another look at the totals. If they're very different, go to the processing screen again at the top and put the card back to data entry. Click the cross next to the employee's name to do that. Select the preview button on the right-hand corner of the card and have another look. Are you paying him too much? Are you paying him for worked time as well as holiday time on the same day? If you are, you can always make adjustments.